Hi. Okay, so we were talking about. Okay, let me talk about the life-saving feature. The most amazing life-saving feature in this car is they call it Lane Keep Assist, or LKA. Lane Keep Assist usually is found in every car, I guess, right? But the usual concept about this assist is while you are during the driving, if you unintentionally the car is changing the lane, perhaps you're not responsible for it, but somehow something happens. You may it's not about you're falling asleep, but it's like sometimes you're looking, you're paying attention, but you're not really attentive. So somehow the car is leaving the lane, and it may gives you a sound like beep beep or poot poot, I don't know. And I think it's Suburban, they have this seat vibrations, what I felt. But in this car, it is the most practical solution I would really talk about, which is steering control. So this Lane Keep Assist works together with steering control, saying that the steering will be automatically, completely, full-time controlled by the computer installed in the car. Are you getting me? Isn't it excited? Yeah, I know. At least it's life-saving for me, because I drive a lot. I spend most of my time on the road. What it does is the moment you start your car, your steering control system activates, and it always keep the car within the lanes, or in very simple or basic words, you have these lines drawn on the road, so it will keep your car between the lines. Yeah. And why is it life-saving? Because sometimes you are curving the car, but you are busy in talking, or you're more paying attention to the music, and you will feel the steering will start pushing or moving a bit towards, because it is responding to the lane. Yeah. And then you immediately realize, oh, something is happening, and you're like, oh, no, now I have to turn the steering. Okay, now it does not mean you have to fully rely on this. Okay, what I'm trying to say here, it gives you much more better attention, or it brings your attention in a more forcefully way to please pay attention to the steering, because your car is supposed to turn. All right, but on the light turns, I've experienced myself, it turns around. Let me show you. I mean, it's turning. I'm sorry, I can't hold the camera because I'm driving alone. But I will try to show you on the road where there's no one, and it's actually at the farm where I am. So there's absolutely no security problem. So what is offer is it helps to tilt the steering. Like what I'm trying to say, or trying to summarize it, your car will remain within the lane regardless of you are paying attention or not. Okay, but please keep your hands on the steering all the time, and a sensors also which tells you on the car with a sound and with a message display on the front screen that please put your hands on the steering. Okay, be careful. It doesn't say like that, but it's more polite way. But yeah, it's my way. All right, it's one of the amazing life-saving feature of this car. Really admire and thank you, Hyundai, for offering this feature with the most it's not the most basic, but it's a medium to basic version, I would say, and it's added in this car. Now, the beauty, actually the secret of this is connected to another life-saving feature. It's the automatic braking system. No, it is not automatic braking system, but it is eventually connected to that. What is that? Okay, we all encounter traffic jams most of the time, right? USA is full of that. Okay, especially when you're in New York, DC, Chicago, or all these busy areas, you encounter this situation. stop and go, stop and go. And with the basic versions of cars, people sometimes pray, oh God, please give me the feature within my budget, or give some mercy to these car manufacturers, so they add this feature for free for the basic versions, where they can at least automatically manage the braking system of the car or the acceleration of the car, especially when I'm stuck in the traffic and also on the highway. Here you go. Okay, these cars, this particular model, have added the feature when you brake, right? In the usual car, when you brake, especially, it regenerates the battery, and it regenerates the energy, and it adds the battery, right? Here in this car, behind the steering wheels, you are given two levers that you can adjust your braking power. So if you say no, it should be a bit more stronger, which means the moment you release your accelerator, your car will try to stop forcefully. It does not mean it immediately stop, but it reduces the speed in a much more forceful way compared to the other usual cars. Usually in other cars, the reduction of the speed takes place is a very normal way, and eventually you have to press the brake, correct? In this car, if you added that feature or activated that feature with these buttons here, your car will reduce, your reduction of the speed will take place in much more forcefully. I'm sorry for my English.
Turn right onto Beaverneck Village Road.
Okay, so the car speed will reduce beautifully and amazingly, and most of the time you would not have to bother with pushing the brake pedal, especially if it's in a slow driving mode. I'm telling you, you don't even push brakes at all. You just push the accelerator. The moment you release the accelerator, the car automatically stops. Two benefits. One, most amazing, it adds energy to the battery, right? I've encountered actually a couple of miles during my travel when I was driving around 120 miles something, so up to like 2 miles, and I know, when you're on the road and when you're a lot on the road, you sometimes having an advantage of adding 1 mile or actually few meters is kind of a blessing, correct? And this car can add value like that, right? Amazing feature. Plus, braking system. I do not have to bother with in a traffic jam, I do not have to bother with pushing the brakes all the time. It may look like it's braking automatically, but it's not, because I do not want to use the words brakes, because it's not braking. But the mechanism designed for this is the motor will reduce the speed in a way it looks like it's braking, right? So the second benefit of this is your brake shoe or brake ladders or whatever term you want to use for it will last longer than compared to other cars. So two features, they connected together, and actually eventually it's one feature, but the effect of this one feature is actually two, and the result is, in both ways, it's life-saving, right? Keeping the lane in the car, definitely life-saving, and this braking system, it's a blessing, right? And it adds value to the battery in terms of energy, which gives you more mileage. So it's an amazing driving experience which Hyundai Kona added to this specific model.